Hello learners, today we are talking about food preservation. It's a very important lesson and it's a very ancient science and art and skill. When food was not available, the food was converted into a form when it can be used later on when it is not available. And our ancient people were very well versed in this area. With advancement in science and technology, several developments has come, and all these things we will learn in this lesson today. Hello, I am Dr. Anjana Agarwal talking on this lesson, food preservation. Let us see the objective first. Food spoilage and reason for it, shelf life of different foods, importance of food preservation, principles of food preservation, methods of food preservation and certain ways to maintain the hygiene during handling and storage of food, particularly the preserved food. Let us see one by one. The term we are using now is food spoilage. It means when food is no longer fit for human consumption. Everybody must have seen, experienced the such kind of state. This bread is converted into a blue fungus kind of thing. This is again a cotton-like structure, black and different. So, this food is not edible and then we call the food is spoiled. Food spoil is done by microorganisms, insects and rodents, rodents means rats, and enzymes which are already present in the food. What are microorganisms? First thing, it cannot be seen by the naked eye. You are not able to see the microorganisms in any food. So, they are tiny living creatures which are present everywhere all the time and cannot be seen with the naked eye. So, here these are the microscopic form of the microorganisms. They are good and they are harmful also. When they are good, this is occurred. This is also developed by the use of microorganisms which are useful. There are various species which are used to convert the milk into the curd. So, that is good for health. When some microorganisms are harmful which spoil the food and make it unfit for the consumption, this is the bread. When it turns into this kind of thing, it should not be consumed because it will harm to the body. There are various forms of microorganism. There can be mold which looks like a cotton-like structure. This is bacteria which cannot be seen at all. This is yeast. These are different forms of microorganisms. How they develop? We have to provide the conducive environment. Air surrounding the food contains the microorganisms. Food containing high moisture, for example milk, that is why the milk spoils very fast. Food is stored for longer time without proper storage. If you keep on storing for longer time, I cannot keep the bread outside for a month and still able to eat it because that will spoil. Food is stored in high temperature and high humidity. That is why food gets spoiled very easily during summer and during rainy season. They settle on the outer layer of the food, as you have seen in the last picture, produce certain chemicals leading to the spoilage of food. Next is your enzymes. Enzymes also cannot be seen, but they are chemical substances which are present in the plants, animals, through which all the chemical reactions or keep on occurring in the plant, in the body, which brings changes. Now we are talking about the plant. What changes they bring? They bring the changes in the color. Earlier, this is the unripe form of mango. This is fully ripe, but if enzyme keep on continue to work, then it become overripe, green, yellow and brown. It brings the changes in the texture from firm to very soft, then flavor from sweet to offensive. You can imagine and you must have experienced of the offensive flavor which is not suitable or tolerable even. Now, next is insects and rodents. Weevils are there. You must have experienced when you keep the rice in the container at your home and sometimes crawling insects are there. So, they soon spoil the grain, which makes the unfit. Particularly the pulses, they spoil the grain from the inside, outside the grain is all there, and they make the hole out of it, and after some time it becomes black. That is totally unfit for the human consumption. So, this is the rat eating the food and leaving the excreta here and there, which is harmful. Now, we will talk about the food storage. Everything has to be stored, particularly the perishable things. Food storage means to keep the food in the container like this, depending upon the kind of food, because this is the bags where the wheat is kept. Here is the small containers kept in the refrigerator, cut vegetables or the fresh foods, milk is kept there. So, food storage means keep the food in the container in a safe place where it can stay in edible or usable condition till needed. Now, shelf life. It is a common word, but it has to be understood. For some it may be new word also. What is that? Shelf life is the period during which the food items can retain their freshness and its quality and suitability for consumption. So, shelf life basically is the period, and different foods can have different shelf life, and there are various kind of conducive environment like moisture content, storage environment, temperature, humidity can determine the shelf life of a food item. They are classified on the basis of stability into three: non-perishable, semi-perishable and perishable. And what are the differences? Non-perishable can be stored for months. Which food? Cereals, pulses, sugar, oil. Semi-perishable can be stored for some weeks like maida, potato, biscuits, etc. Perishable can be stored only for a few days like milk, bread, green leafy vegetables, because the perishables contain high moisture content and spoil very fast. Now comes to the main issue, the food preservation. Let us define what is food preservation. Food preservation is a way of processing the food to prevent it from food spoilage and making it useful and consumable in future. So, these are some of the preserved food item. Chips, everybody knows is. The pickle is very commonly used in our country. What is the importance of why we preserve the food? Let us see what are the advantages to increase the shelf life. You have just learned it can be stored for several years. When we make the pickle, we do not make the pickle on a daily basis, but we can make the pickle for years. Sauces, bread, biscuits. Bread can be stored for lesser time, but for biscuits can be stored for months. To add variety to our meal, one time you eat the bread, another time you eat the biscuits. So, it keep on giving the variety. To take care of excess food. In season, a surplus amount of crop is available and go wasted if it not preserved adequately. It increases the food supply. Some of the preserved items are anytime, everywhere available, so you can consume it. Makes the transportation and storage of foods very easily. Stored food can be transferred much more easily than the fresh or raw food. Preserved food items can be sent to the places where they are not grown. So, everywhere every food is not grown. So, people live there, but preserved food can be sent there. Decrease the wastage of food. See the wastage. If it is converted into the product, it can be used. See the deficiency. This food, even the preserved food is given to this child, it can prevent the dietary deficiencies, and here the child is eating the food. Now we will learn about the preservation of food. There are three methods. One is killing the microorganisms. Exposing the food to high temperature for different time will kill the bacteria or microorganisms. There are mainly boiling, we keep on doing the boiling of the milk. Pasteurization, milk is used, and sterilization and canning. One by one, in brief, we will learn about it. What is pasteurization? Food is heated to a high temperature, then quickly cooled. That means microorganisms are not able to withstand the sudden changes in the temperature, hence killed. So, whatever milk you are getting in such way that before reaching to you it is pasteurized to kill the microorganisms or extend the shelf life. But in this case only some microorganisms are still surviving. So, food is preserved for the few days only. Sterilization is further advanced technique. Food is heated to high temperature, but for a longer time and often under pressure. What is the difference? In pasteurization, you are heating the product, but sudden change in the temperature you are cooling. Here you are heating the food at high temperature, but for a longer time continuously and under pressure. What it does? It makes the food free from all types of microorganisms. It is also used for sterilization of bottles or containers before it is used to store the preserved food. Next is low temperature. You have learned the principle to kill the microorganisms, the high heat temperature. Now we are talking about the low temperature. What is that? The refrigeration and deep freezing. You keeping your food daily in the refrigerator, but for longer time you can use the deep freezer. Next is preventing delaying of action of microorganisms. This is the another way to take care of the microorganisms or prevent the food from the spoilage. How? By providing the protective covering, by raising the temperature, by lowering the temperature and by adding the chemicals. This is the coverage. See how the food is kept in the polythene bag. Here the aluminum foil is used. Next, by lowering the temperature, we are keeping the food in the container. This is the frozen vegetables, this is the frozen peas. By raising the temperature, heating the food as you keep on doing the daily cooking, and by adding the food like sodium benzoate. Now, next or third one is stopping the action of enzymes. How? When we do the blanching, blanching is a method when the vegetables are dipped in hot water or exposed to steam for a few minutes only. As I told you earlier, enzymes are already present in the food. Even after harvest, they keep on working. To stop that functioning of the enzymes, heat treatment is given and that is called blanching. So, that stops the ripening process and stops the development of the microorganisms. Now, we have also talked about the use of preservatives. There are two types of preservatives. One is natural and another is artificial. In natural, we regularly use at home salt, vinegar, lemon juice, sugar, oil and spices. We will see some examples. Also, artificial are citric acid, sodium benzoate and potassium metabisulfite. See, now we will talk one by one. This is the way different natural preservatives are done. You must have observed the salt. Before making the pickle, we are adding the salt and making it dry. What does salt do and how salt draws out the water from the food stuff, thus preventing the growth of microorganisms. So, there is a osmosis process. When salt is there, it draws out the water from there. So, the food does not have enough water for the growth of the microorganism. Similar condition goes with the sugar also. Sugar dissolves in the water present in the food and make the water not available to microorganisms. That is how the food is safe or preserved. Here the oil. In the picture you can see the oil and the spices. What oil does? It prevents the entry of the air and microorganisms into the food. When the oil is there on top, the air cannot go in, the microbes cannot go in, so it cannot provide the atmosphere for the microorganisms to grow more. And in addition, when we add the spices, or we can easily say the spices acts as antibacterial, antifungal properties. Acids. Acids increases the acidity in which the microbes cannot grow. Microbes also require certain level of pH or acidity, but by adding the extra acid from external sources in the form of citric acid or vinegar or lemon juice. So, it increases the acidity of the food product and where the microbes cannot grow. Now, there are certain methods of food preservation: drying, pickling, making jams, squashes and freezing. Let us talk some of them. Dehydration is a very age-old method. Whatever you want to dehydrate, you just keep in the sun slowly, but advancement in science, dehydration is done in the control condition. What it does and what is the basic principle behind it? Principle is removal of water. So, it usually implies the use of controlled conditions of heating with the forced circulation of air. That means the water is removed from the product and product can be saved or preserved for longer time. This is a method of making the potato chips. You just clean and wash the potatoes very carefully and you need to peel also. Then you blanch as I showed you for some time. That blanch, then you can put this in salt and KMS solution for 10 minutes only, just to avoid the discoloration, because many a times if you do not put in KMS solution or salt, it can decolorize or get blackened under the sun. So, then you dry in the sun on a clean cloth and cover till dry, then pack in the polythene bags and store in airtight condition or at cool temperature. Another method we will talk about the apple jam. Fruits is boiled with the or without water. This is the fruit apple. Now, this will convert it to this. Here you can check the pectin also. Juice extraction containing pectin and acid is mixed with sugar and check the pectin at this. Finally, keep on boiling till it sets to a clear jam or jelly, whatever you want to make. This is, you find it this way. Next method is your freezing. Freezing the fruits and vegetable in season can be of great benefit as they can be available when they are not in season, and the green peas is very popular example and we can buy this very easily. Very important thing to remember is storage temperature. What is in storage temperature? Refrigeration is 4 to 7 degrees centigrade. Cold storage 1 to 4 degrees centigrade or below, and when freezing is there, minus 18 degrees centigrade or below. Now, there are certain points to remember when you are making anything or any preserved food item. You must clean every utensil, every tool you are going to use it. It is not only the food item which you are going to wash, but it is the utensil and the tool as well as the surface where you are going to work. Collect all the required material before starting the processing. Many a times it is very common with unplanned kind of food preservation, or you do not place everything in place whatever is to be used. For preserving any product, it is essential that bottles should be properly sterilized beforehand. Do not do that after you make the product, then you keep on sterilizing for half an hour, then you fill the product. Find place wherever prepared food has to be stored. You must keep the check beforehand or before finalizing your product where your product is going to be kept, whether that environment is clean, whether it is giving the adequate temperature. Thank you so much.